Hi dears, hi everyone, it's Anna with you here on Benidorm by Anna YouTube channel, and today we will be looking once again at the latest update on the situation in Spain and our sunny lovely Benidorm region. What's happening, which restrictions do we have right now, and all the latest news that you should know if you're planning to come to Spain or if you live here. So let's start with the situation first. For the last 24 hours, we've had 29,535 new cases. It's slightly less than we had yesterday. Yesterday I have here the numbers, and we've had 31,587 new cases. And the good news is that the index here in Spain, the average index for 14 days, it's not that it's decreasing, but it's slowing itself down. So the previous days the index was growing like 40 points, then it was growing by 22 and 22 for 2 days in a row. Today it grew only for 14.5 points, which means that it's not growing as fast as it was the previous days, which is a great sign. Right now the index, by the way, is of 659 people for every 100,000 living here. So hopefully in a few days the index will slowly stop growing, and then it will be just on the peak and will start decreasing. Hopefully that's going to be the case. In general, I want to say that even though I'm letting you know the official numbers, it does not mean that the situation is bad. I mean, if you check the percentage, if you calculate the percentage of 659 per every 100,000, you will see that it's quite low. It's just to let you know the numbers for us to be able to keep the track on how the situation is going and if it's getting better or not. But it's not something that you should be afraid of. These are just the numbers that every country has. And a lot of experts, by the way, they say that we should stop counting the numbers, the exact amount of cases. And instead of this, we should be keeping track of the situation by using the numbers of people that are in the hospitals and ICU units, as a lot of other countries already are doing. Because this is just a number. This is just a number of cases detected by the test, and that's it. It's nothing more than that. But a lot of these people, they just don't seem to have any kind of symptoms, barely, you know. So it's not as bad as it might seem in the news. And I also don't want to make you feel afraid of the situation, because it's just a number, nothing more. The other news is that a lot of regions here in Spain, they input some new measures. Yesterday, we were advised that Galicia, one of the regions here in Spain, on the north part of Spain, basically, they are the first ones who will be asking the PCR test, the antigen, the vaccination, or the certificate from your doctor that you have passed the COVID already and you're naturally immunized, to be able to access the bars and restaurants and cafeterias and stuff like that, like hosteleria, so-called here in Spain, in the places that are in the maximum alert in that area in Galicia, and to be able to get inside of the bars, like indoors, not only on the terrace. So they are the first autonomic region who are basically confirming this. Here in Valencian region, it's still not obligatory, so here we don't need to present any kind of documents to go out, like to the shopping center, to the bar, to the restaurant, cafeteria, shops, anywhere. For now, here it's not necessary. It's true that the president of our region is still planning on making it obligatory to use the so-called COVID certificate, like green passport, how do you want to call it, doesn't matter. He wants to put it in place from August, but a lot of experts are telling him not to do that, because he will just ruin all the economy of our region by doing so. So he is still thinking and willing to do so, but at the same time he's just waiting and putting in place other measures to see if these measures will be sufficient enough, and he will not need to ask people to present some kind of a document. Hopefully that's going to be the case. Here in our region we had 32 areas, like towns, cities, villages, more than the ones that have more than 5,000 people officially living there and registered there, to have a night lockdown from 1 till 6. What is happening basically is that right now the president has asked for it to be increased for 77 areas, like cities, instead of 32, and he asked to include Benidorm, of course, Alicante, like Castellón, Valencia, Elche, I don't know, Villajoyosa, La Nucia, our area as well, Albir and Alfaz del Pi, but he did not ask to include Altea so far. And this was approved just today in the morning when I'm filming this. The Supreme Court of Spain has approved it. So starting from these days, basically from this weekend, we will have a night lockdown in 77 cities and towns here in our Valencian region. But it's going to be only from 1 till 6. Basically, it's not something bad because it does not really affect us. If you think, a lot of people are at home by 1 o'clock. And they don't go out like until 7, 8. And these are only the ones who need to go for work or the ones who want to go and make some sport, you know, early in the morning before it's still very hot. So it does not really affect our living. I mean, this affects basically people who, like teenagers, younger people who want to go out to the nightclubs, somewhere in the bar just to have a drink, listen to the music and stuff like that, illegal parties. This is what's basically affected by the night lockdown, nothing else. Our lives continue to be as normal as they were even before this was declared. So we're living as usual. By the way, this night lockdown will be until 16th of August for 3 weeks from now. And then they will be checking if it's necessary to put it for more time or if it's sufficient for now, and it will be removed once again. The other thing that I wanted to say is that tourism sector here was very worried about the Amber Plus list. I'm sure you've heard about it. This was the new list that UK government has created recently, and they've put France in that list. There is a lot of controversial information there. Some people say that the experts were wrong. They interpreted wrong the informs, like the information that they were brought, and they thought that the cases are increasing, like the beta, like this Delta variation of virus is increasing, and it was not the case. They've just put the negative numbers with positives and vice versa. So this is why they've said it's going to be included, but it should not be the case. And they cannot provide any true information, like any valid information that would say why France is on this Amber Plus newly created part of the list. A lot of people were afraid, and there were some speculations online in the newspapers, and a lot of people were just saying that, oh, what's going to be happening? Spain will probably be on the Amber Plus list, and then the quarantine will come back again to our lives. We will need to quarantine for 10 days when we come back home. Like, what's happening? Oh my God, people will start canceling. But it did not happen. I've been checking all the news online by Boris Johnson, by latest statements, all the newspapers from UK. Like, I was checking literally yesterday night and today all morning, all this information in Spanish and both in English as well. And I've also went to governmental websites, the same as we have here in Spain, to check if that's true or not. But I did not find anywhere at all the information about Spain being included in that list. Even more, I want to say that a lot of experts that own Spanish agencies in UK, they were saying that UK probably will not put the new restriction on Spain because they know it will be devastating. A lot of people have booked their holidays as well here already, thinking that they won't need to have a quarantine. And the situation is as it is in all the countries, you know. A lot of people thought that Spain and Greece will be in danger of getting into this Amber Plus, but it did not happen. There was no official statement just yet by the time I'm filming this, okay? And hopefully it's not gonna be in place because right just now Thomson has started to fly as well. TUI UK will be starting flights right now to the hotels here in our region, so let's hope for the best. But a lot of people just do not think, the ones who live in UK, okay, the agents who live in UK, they do not think this will be the case, and let's hope they are right. So as for now, there's no Amber Plus list for Spain. Everything remains as it is as for today. Today's day, 23rd of July. If there's going to be any updates, I'm of course going to definitely let you know here on the channel. But for now, this is the case. Also, I went to film another hotel yesterday. I went to Rio Park, and it was just amazing. You cannot imagine the vibes that you have inside this hotel. This is basically like being in pre-pandemic times. I was so shocked, you know, that that there are so many people in there. If the people who are visiting Benidorm, they probably know that this hotel is quite big, but still they were having more than 700 people inside of the hotel, and people were just constantly coming, going back, check in, check out. There was a lot of movement. The entertainment area outside near the pool area was just filled with families, children, music. It was just amazing feeling, you know. It's like nothing has ever happened. But in this one, the feeling, the vibes that they're transmitting, the entertainment, it was just amazing to be there, like truly amazing. So I'm very happy to see that a lot of the hotels are having quite high occupancy right now, and they're planning to have even more because, as I've said, TUI as well are starting to bring tourists here very shortly in a few days. So this is just amazing. In general, in Benidorm, the occupancy in the hotels is quite good, especially in the ones who are situated like strategically near the beach area or near the city center, the ones that have like easy access. And the hotels that mostly have British tourism are also working very hard, and they have a lot of work, I must say, which is very, very good and positive news for the tourists and for the people who work in the tourism sector here in our area. A lot of the bars and restaurants, especially British ones, are also opening. And here, for example, even in Albir or in Benidorm, some time ago I was filming and a lot of bars were shut down, but right now I've seen them already cleaning, preparing for the opening, which is just amazing. We all, even though the number of cases are increasing, but as I've said, it's only the number, it's nothing more than that. We still see a lot of people going out to bars and restaurants, enjoying their favorite meals, booking a holiday at the hotel, people arriving. You can see just the happiness on the face of everyone. Doesn't matter that there's pandemics. The best thing to live here in this region is just, in general, in a lot of parts in Spain, that people are just happy. You can see smiles on their faces. Doesn't matter how bad the situation is, doesn't matter if cases are increasing, doesn't matter if they lost their job. No, people are still smiling and they're still remaining positive, which is truly like the best thing, and it helps to survive all this situation, you know, these difficult times with the economic crisis and with not having as many jobs as we used to have before. But the positivity just helps you out with all this, which is just amazing here. So the situation is quite good in terms of bookings. There were some cancellations yesterday and today, but it's nothing major. A lot of people are still coming, especially those who are vaccinated, or people are just making PCR testing, and everything is looking kind of stable and quite good, at least here in Benidorm. So these were the news for today. Everything is positive. We are sure that we will be able to at least finish the summer better than it was last year, of course, because right now all the hotels are opening. Met Playa will be opening. Rio Door is open like today, tomorrow, basically in these days. Flamingo Oasis will be opening at the beginning of August, and a lot of other hotels as well, hopefully. So yeah, we're just slowly but surely getting back to normal. Finally, we can say so. Of course, it doesn't matter that, it doesn't mean that the restrictions will not be returning, but we all say that since the vaccination is going so advanced, and already we started to vaccinate from 20 to 29 years, vaccination is going forward, people are naturally immunized as well, so there's not going to be as much pressure on the hospitals and ICU units as it was before. So we all hope that we won't need to lock down ourselves at homes, definitely. Schools are going as usual, presential classes, people are traveling, enjoying their lives. So yeah, hopefully this is the worst part of the situation, and from now on things will only start getting better. Every time we hope for the best on this channel, and we always try and stay positive. What about the Spanish weather today? I must say that a few days ago, the day before yesterday, there was like almost 100% humidity. It was 91%, I think. I have a special meteorological station installed in my phone, which connects with the station that's here in Albir, so I get the information every 20 seconds updated. And what I've seen, it was 91%. It was just impossible to stay outside. It was like Turkish sauna, you know, it was like 37 degrees, and this humidity, you could not like breathe outside. Basically, you just had to stay at home with the air conditioning, and that's basically it, which we did, by the way. And then only from 9 o'clock at night it started to be like comfortable outside, and you could go out once again. This did not repeat from then. Yesterday we had 72% humidity, and in some points 77. But today, at least right now in the morning, I've checked it and it was 42%, which is a lot better than it was. But today we have another issue, which is high temperatures. If it's not one thing, it's another. But we're living in a south country. We're living right literally next to Africa, so like Spain in general. So it's normal that we have high temperatures. If you take care of yourself, if you take necessary precautions, why not? You can still enjoy the warm weather. So today, in almost all parts of Spain, it's going to be sunny. There's going to be some clouds in the north part and some slight rain, but nothing major. Today we will have 10 alerts, orange and red alert, due to high temperatures. Basically here in Spain, what experts say is that we have some kind of a huge difference between temperatures even in the same region. For example, in the north of Spain, we might have between 20 to 42 degrees. So the difference in the same area might be of 22 degrees, which is just amazing. I'm not sure how this is happening. If there are some meteorology experts here, please let us know. But this is what the difference is, which is just incredible. But in general, for example, in north part, it will be 20, 42, center 27 to 38, in the south part of Spain between 26 and 40, and Mediterranean area between 30 to 40 degrees. Here in Alicante, they say, and Benidorm area, they say we might reach 39 or almost 40 degrees at some points of the day. They say the hottest will be like at 4 o'clock today. Yeah, we just need to protect ourselves, drink a lot of water if you go out, because there is still some humidity. I think it's rising up because I can already feel it on myself. So by the end of the day, probably it will reach like another 70%. So hydrate very well, drink a lot of water, use sunscreen, don't go out on midday, and if you do go out, try and look for some places with shade, use sun hats, and go and use like cold showers, go to have a bath like in the sea, in the swimming pool. Like, make everything for your temperature not to rise inside your body. But apart from all this, you can still enjoy the lovely weather that we have here in Spain and the sunshine. In Barcelona, it's going to be 31. In Granada, 41. In Malaga and Marbella, 32. Sevilla, 39. Madrid, 34. Murcia will have 40 degrees today. In Balearic Islands, 36. Canarian Islands, 29. And Valencia, 32. The best news is that tomorrow these temperatures will slightly decrease, and we won't have already 41, 42 degrees. We'll have like 37, 38. In our region, we will be having 31 as well, like maximum. So it's very nice because starting from tomorrow, we'll be able to breathe and go out basically any time of the day with necessary precautions, because it's not going to be as hot as it is right now. And for the next few days, at least up until like Monday, Tuesday, these will be the temperatures. They won't rise up again. These were all the news for today, my dears. I hope you enjoyed watching them. Tomorrow we will have the new video from one of the hotels of Met Playa, and it's going to be very nice. The ones who are interested in hotels, don't miss tomorrow's video. It will go up at approximately 10 a.m. in the morning, so don't miss that one. I wish you a lovely weekend, everyone, and see you tomorrow in the new video. Bye.